Married at First Sight Season 15 reunion has officially begun as part 1 of the annual event kicked off in the latest episode of the Lifetime reality hit. Taped quite a while after the all-important decision day, all 5 couples returned to provide an update on their lives, relationship statuses, and much more. Below, we're breaking down all of the drama that reunion host Kevin Frazier is moderating in the highly entertaining installment, so beware of spoilers ahead. The episode opens with all of the couples sitting together on stage with Kevin Frazier, who throws a few simple questions out for the pairs to answer. While Nate calls the experience of being on TV eye-opening, Alexis and Kristen make comments about how they've altered the way they talk due to hearing their own voices in the series. Miguel gets candid about learning from his behavior on screen, and Justin acknowledges he got quite emotional throughout the season. When Kevin brings up drama, he broaches the topic of social media and questions Justin, who reveals he unfollowed most of the participants on various platforms. He takes particular issue with Nate, claiming that he has 2 different sides to him and is essentially fake. Justin goes even further to claim Nate made a pass at him on 2 occasions when he complimented his skin and teeth. The comment leads to a back-and-forth confrontation that escalates to a near boiling point. When the crew and cast intervene, the men are separated and forced to sit down and talk as peacefully as possible. As Alexis does her best to settle Justin, he continues to make comments under his breath about how people are fake. Pivoting from the tense conversation, Kevin asks Mitch and Kristen about the possibility of a future romance between them, but as amicable as they are, there's no shot at a romantic relationship beyond their experimental marriage. As this conversation comes to a close, the couples exit the stage to make way for individual interviews with Kevin. It seems fairly obvious on the couch in the opening scene, but once they're alone, Miguel and Lindy confirm that they are still very much together following their decision day reveal. As they paint a picture of what their lives are now, Lindy tells Kevin she has moved into Miguel's place as they work on making it their place full-time. And Lindy has gone full nerd as she enthusiastically shares that she plays weekly Dungeons and Dragons games with Miguel and his friends. The pair have also continued to grow and get past conflicts easier following some bumps in the early weeks of their marriage. Lindy has also made a huge leap by hyphenating her name, taking Miguel's last name for herself, and proving their commitment to one another. As they look ahead to the future, they hope to find a house and start considering having children within the next year. Like the couple before them, Stacia and Nate are still married and claim to be happy, but as their discussion plays out with Kevin, it's clear there are still a few cracks that need mending. The pair are currently splitting time between Stacia's home and Nate's apartment as they continue to get used to married life. The duo is still working on communicating and compromising as Stacia admits she's still controlling at times. One thing that has improved is Nate's ability to love her as they reveal he says "I love you" every day. Still, there's a lack of satisfaction as he complains her desires are ever-changing, making it difficult to fulfill them all. Can they get past this tension? Only time will tell. Kristen and Mitch reflect on their marriage, admitting there were some things that he could have done differently when it came to her. When asked about whether or not she considered saying yes on decision day, Kristen says no matter Mitch's response that day, she would have said no. Things are cordial between the friendly duo though. And while Mitch is currently focusing on himself, Kristen is starting to get back into the dating pool and traveling a lot for a new job based out of New York. Overall, for deciding to get divorced, this pair seems to be making the most of life and the lingering connection between them. Despite their ups and downs early on in the season, divorced couple Morgan and Ben are also cordial as they look back on the problems that led to their marriage's demise. Ben admits now that he sees why Morgan was so upset, and Morgan says her main frustration was Justin's involvement in the whole thing, claiming that he'd talked to Ben on speakerphone in front of Alexis. Even if Ben hadn't talked to Justin though, Morgan says it wouldn't have worked out between her and Ben. Still, they're doing quite well all things considered. Morgan's planning to travel and begin dating, whereas Ben is focusing more on himself, but also has plans to travel. While this pair initially chose to stay married on decision day, it didn't take long for Alexis to change her mind. Still, it's hard to initially tell if the pair ended up reconciling or not as they're fairly lovey-dovey on the reunion couch. But it turns out Justin and Alexis are nothing more than acquaintances. During their chat with Kevin, it's revealed that the pair actually consummated their marriage on the honeymoon, far sooner than was stated on cameras before, but Justin supposedly wanted Alexis to keep that detail under wraps. When they talk about who decided to divorce, they can't seem to agree that it was her, as Justin claims she came to his door drunk one night following decision day. As tensions escalate, Alexis tells Kevin she's glad to be done with it all.